What is up, everybody? Today we are back for another episode of ORB on the movements of the Earth. We are on episode 20, entitled "I Love Heliocentrism," and I'm extra excited because we very well might just watch through the whole rest of the series tonight. I guess you won't be realizing that because the reactions won't be uploaded all at once. But yeah, that's why I'm particularly excited for this. We only have 6 episodes left, so yeah, it's kind of just like the length of a movie, I guess. So we'll see if we have enough time to do that. Where did we end up last? I think it was just Yolenta talking to Draka and kind of giving her some good life advice, I guess. And Draka leaving the room after telling Yolenta all of the book that Otzi wrote, and Draka is poised to return to them because she agreed to the deal to use their printing press to make her own personal fortune in exchange for reciting the book. So let us see where we go from here. I love heliocentrism. Who's gonna be the one to say this? I am pressing play in 3, 2, 1. Dang, Yolenta's new face, time skip face, is just so stoic.
それがあれば活字が壊れてもあっちで作れる。
本の内容はどうでした？彼女の虚偽では。
It sounded very in line with what my dear friend Otzi would write. Oh, he's gonna propose to kill her?
消しますか？
そうね。それも考えたけど、印刷機貸すって約束しちゃったから。
大丈夫でしょうか？会ったばかりの素性もわからない娘です。
Oh, 14-year-old Yolenta. Okay, so I can understand why she's thinking of Pios, but why did she think of the male coworker of hers when she didn't end up staying with him? I guess maybe because he did offer her a future chance. Even though she didn't take it, she still respects his offer. That is in line with her character pre-time skip, where she was like, I want to work for a future where women after me can have more chances to publish. But I feel kind of bad at the same time because it feels like with a goal not more specific or focused on like the heliocentrism project that they worked on, or she kind of barely had a part in it because Badeni kind of like kicked her out afterwards. But like without a specific goal, it kind of just feels like, it feels mean to say, but like her dream kind of meant nothing because the inevitable invention of the printing press would have made it possible anyways, just like a little later. So at the very least, I think I would have liked if she at least was aware or acknowledged that even just progressing it by a little bit amount of time is worth it for her personally and gives her whole life value. It's also interesting how she thinks this is the end of the line for her, and she's willing to just apparently give up leadership of the organization now that this step has been reached. I kind of maybe don't like that as well, because it lessens the scope of the story. And yeah, I also still want to see more members of the organization to believe that it was actually like quite influential. What's this guy's name again? Ash or something? Trying to settle things. Oh, he's waiting. No, this guy's just chilling. That's not the Schmidt guy. This guy's more carefree, I assume. But why did Nowak think it's time to settle things? Is he gonna coincidentally confront Yolenta before she's able to completely separate herself from this organization and their plans? Dude, how did this guy do this hairstyle back then? Did they have gel? Hairspray and gel back then?
妹がいた。10歳そこらで病に倒れた。ま、よくある話。
Right? Almost every character we've come across has had a sad backstory.
死ぬ間際に一言、極めて短く、静かに、究極の問いを投げた。 私は何のために生まれたの？
Damn, honestly, even
俺は思っ
if they were going through something
神のため
crazy
だ。
for a 10-year-old, that's
天
quite
国へ
deep.
行くためだ。人は死ぬ。じゃあなんで生まれたのか。その問いに答えるため神や宗教はある。でも俺は言えなかった。そして何も言えねえまま
Ouch.
妹は死
I
ん
mean,
だ。
it's not just humans either, right? Animals. Why do
あの
animals
日以来、
people?
胸を張って
are
神
they
のため
born
って
if
言
they
えるよう
just
になる
die?
にはどうすりゃいいか考え続けた。その帰結として今こんなことをしてる。少なくとも異端を迫害するのは神じゃねえ。
It's fellow humans.
誰もそれを主張しないなら俺がする。そうしなきゃ妹に神のためって言えねえままだ。
How many times has he told this story? Because he was
最
able
長には
to
言わねえが宗教は大切だ。 宗教がなき
concisely
ゃきっと人はここまで強くなかった。
tell his most meaningful life story in the matter of like a
遠く離
minute.
れた
This
どこかに
person.
も同じ神を信じる人がいる。それだけでどれだけ心強いか。だが教会が設立されてから長いこと時間が経った。こうなると経年劣化免れねえ。いろんな辻褄が合わなくなってあちこちで時代がきしむ音がする。俺らはきっと変革期に立ち会ってる。だから俺は自分の使命ってもんを探して実践してるつもりだ。この道を進めば妹の死を受け入れられると信じてる。死を忌避するんじゃなく肯定したい。それが俺の人生の命題だ。ちょうどいいところに。
If we remember,
こんな機械使
he
うんで
was
す
the one who said, once you fulfill your
この手の
purpose
技術
with
が
us,
嫌いなんじゃ
I want you to just
もちろん
leave.
技術を打倒するため技術を使うわけ。
I merely use technology to
一
overcome
体何を
Tenji.
そこまで人工のものを嫌うんですか
簡単だ。
Yo, she's like playing an RPG and just talking to all the
神の解
NPCs
釈
in
の違いで
town,
殺し合いが生家族
getting
が
their whole life
殺す。
story. Is Frey
そんなこ
next?
とがあちこちでよく起きてる。これは異常としか思えない。問題の原因、根本を潰すしかない。これらの全ては人口が引き起こした惨事だ。人口の社会、人口の掟、人口の神。人の作るものなど醜い模造品しかない。この雄大な自然を見ればわかるだろう。叶わないと人は一から何も作り出せない。その上、人が自然の力を借りて作るものは馬車、石弓、火薬、どれも醜い兵器ばか。プラトン曰く、人の作る模倣物は遊びのようなもの。真剣に従事することじゃな。神の創造物だけが本物だ。人がつけ上がり、自然を理解したなどと勘違いするための技術など不要。繰り返すが、私は人の知性を信じていない。これで
This he's an interesting character, even though his viewpoints are like
そうです
are historical, pretty wrong.
考えろ。その過程に知性が宿る。
She just keeps remembering this guy's words, even though
アリストテレスも
kind of a traitor.
アリストテレスも技術は自然を模倣すると言ってる。でも一方でこうも言ってる。技術は自然が成し遂げないことも成し遂げる。
Interesting. How does she know? How is she well read in
こ
philosophers
の
like
布と
this?
血のついたお金は私の父の形見です。これを見て私の信念を思い出す。父を思い出す。この二つは自然に生えてたもの
We
じゃない。
haven't actually seen
人
her
が人
father
工
at
的
all,
に
right?
作ったもの
In flashback?
だ
Or
からっ
like
て無価値じゃない。
we
人の
haven't
作
even
る模
gotten
倣は時として自然が成し遂げないことも
a
成し遂げる。
sense of what their relationship was like, other than her obviously
じゃあ
holding him dear to her heart. I love heliocentrism. Let's see, whose line is this going to be? Yolenta's probably?
天体観測ですか？
ええ、詳細な時間がわからないから無駄な記録だけどね。
そうですか。もう出発らしいので別れのご挨拶。
ずいぶん礼儀正しいね。何か下心で。
私はそんながめつくないですよ。でも強いて言えばこの頭巾上等でいいなとか。
そう。じゃああげる。
え？
もう使わないから。
Yo,
あ
why,
と、
why is she talking
もう
like
一
this?
つあなたに渡したい
Kind
も
of
のが
foreboding. What is that?
瓶なんです？
Lipstick?
中に手紙が入ってる。あの本の印刷と配布が済んだら郵送してほしい。
You can't even do something like mail something herself?
先人への配慮。あなたが聞かせてくれたあの本
It's
に
kind of
書いてあ
making
った
me
でしょ。
scared that she's gonna
この
die.
本の利益の一部を譲るって今のところ利益が出る予定はない。
でもなんで
面倒だった？私の大切なものを燃やしたんだから これくらい頼まれてもいいんじゃない？
そうじゃなくて、私を信用できますか？私にはあなたの過去とかこれまでの歴史とか関係ない。シュミットさんたちに頼めばいいじゃないですか。こんなものまたすぐ燃やすかもしれん。なんで私に？
あなたは若いから。別の言い方で言うと、今はあなたたちが歴史の主役だから。だからあなたに。
だから勝手に巻き込まないでくれます？私はその歴史ってのに関係
ある。人は先人の発見を引き継ぐ。それもいつの間にか勝手に、自然。だから今を生きる人に過去の全てが含まれてる。なぜ人は記憶にこだわるの？なぜ人は個別の事象を時系列で捉えるの？なぜ人は歴史を見出すことを強制される認識の構造をしているのか。私が思うにそれは神が人に学びを与えるためだ。つまり歴史は神の意志のもとに成り立って。
神の意志？何ですかその意志って？
聖書に書いて、神はこの世にある悪を善に変える。それが神の意志。神は人を通してこの世を変えようとしてる。長い時間をかけて少しずつ。この今はその大いなる流れの中にある。とどのつまり、人の生まれる意味はその企てに、その試行錯誤に、善への鈍く果てしないにじり寄りに参加することだと思う。悪を捨て去ることなく飲み込んで直面することで、より大きな善が生まれることも。悪と善、二つの道があるんじゃなく、全ては一つの線の上でつながっている。そう考えたら、かつての浮節さえも何も無意味なことはない。でも歴史を切り離すとそれが見えなくなって、人は死んだら終わりだと有限性の不安に怯えるようになる。歴史を確認するのは神が導こうとする方向を確認するのに等しい。だから過去を無視すれば道に迷う。
抽象的すぎる。
私には具体的なもの。
Okay, she's definitely going to be the one
歴
to
史認
say
識
the
は
line of
私
the
の決
episode
断に関わるから。
title.
例えば、私の父は異端審
Oh,
問官だ。
I'm relating it back to Noah.
私は父と全く違う道を歩いた。今父が何をしているのかは知らない。生きてるのか。
Yo, the
そうじゃ
fact
ない
that she
のか。
never even tried to reach out apparently is
もう
actually
二度
really
と会うことは
crazy.
ないだろうけど。
Well, I guess it makes
時々
sense
想像する。
because
も
obviously
し
he's
今
an
の私が
inquisitor.
父と対峙した道を阻まれたらどうなるだろう。
What would happen indeed?
考えただけでそれは人生最悪の瞬間で、
The worst moment of
混
my
乱して平
life.
静を失うと思う。でもその時にこそ正しいと思った選択をしなきゃいけない。きっとその一瞬の選択のために
Will
私
inform?
の数奇な人生は存在する。
Yeah, will inform my
積み上げ
decision
た歴
and
史が
action.
私の動揺を鎮めて、臆病を打破して思考を駆動させて、いざって時に引かせない。
Oh my gosh, they are hyping this up so much if it actually does
全
happen.
歴史が私の背中
But
を
at
押
the same
す。
time, I can kind of see this story going like, oh, they're actually never gonna
なん
reunite,
であ
and
の
that's
本
the
のため
tragedy of
に
it.
そんな理屈こねてまで。
Because I love
私は地動
heliocentrism!
説を愛してる。
Let's fucking go!
So
I love spinning around the
愛して
fucking
しまっ
sun
た
in an
ことを
elliptical.
祝福したいから。
そんなの幼稚だ。
Hey, fuck you, kid.
だからあなたが乗り越え。
組織長、こっちに向かってる場所。
Oh my god, Noah. It's Noah! Oh, Knight? Oh, Noah could be part of the Knights, right?
もう特定されたんだ。思ったより早いね。
Yo.
では、みんなは裏口から
She's
逃げてく
gonna
ださい。
stay.
森を抜けたところに
She's
馬車を
gonna
止め
stay.
てあるから、うまくやればあなたたちは気づかれず逃げられ。
I wonder if
みんな
she's
で目的地まで向かう。
gonna be is she gonna be a competent
私は
fighter?
ここに
Or
残
is
っ
she
て
just
彼らを
gonna
引きつ
try
け
to stall them with
彼らの
words?
狙いは組織長である私だから。
Oh my god, this is happening.
それはあなたの考える
This
こと
is
じゃない。
happening! Father-daughter reunion! She was such a daddy's girl too, and vice versa. This is crazy!
我々も移動を開始する。
Take the scarf that she gave you, or whatever it was. Wait, oh yeah, she has it in her hands. Dude, how many knights do they have? Is Noah capable of killing all of them and running away with his daughter? What is she planning on doing here? Yo, she's not gonna like fucking burn the fucking hut while inside it, is she? No, she wants to distract them. Yo, he looks old. Why is he holding that right now? Almost...
必ず敵を撃ってくるから。
Dun dun dun! The fucking dramatic irony is off the charts. Then she's just right up.
組織長かと。
How can you not even entertain this thought, Noak? I guess you are led to believe that she's been dead for 25 years, but okay. Half of the world is roughly women. It could be any woman.
神の名のもとに調査をする。貴様は
異端解放戦線の組織長であるか。
Dude, how is
いか
this
にも
gonna go down?
私が組
What
織
if
長
she
だ。
gets crossbowed before Noah can
Oh,
get
no,
to
no.
her? Oh, they got the crossbows, guys! Stop! Is Noah in charge? He's not in charge, though. Oh my god, no! Okay, I kind of wish they did a better job at not making these like memories in rectangle form to make it like obvious that it's like a movie. Could have blended it into the like night sky more fluidly. Dude, are you kidding me? Are they seriously gonna fire? Dude! This is ridiculous. Why is What? How did her whole... Oh my god! Dude, are you fucking kidding me? No, this story's too sad, man.
火薬
Are you fucking kidding me? All he got was a glimpse. Oh my gosh, this is profoundly
野
sad.
幕さんこれは一体
This is fucked up. Dude, no, her hand won't fit, right? Or what if it'll be like she grew up, her hands grew big enough to fit the glove? How would he know?
野幕さん
Does she have a ring or something? No, the
私
gloves?
にもよくわからんが確実なのは新しい技術を用いて恐ろしいことが目の前で起こったそして組織長は死んだということ
Wait, this is wild. Oh my gosh, does. Dude, Yolenta dying before Nowak dying. They do not hold back their punches on the female characters.
ナヤの方から煙が。ヨレンタさん、攻撃されたんじゃ。
He knows.
自爆だよ。
Dude, what the fuck?
これも計画のうちだ。自爆を隠れみのに、これから向かう印刷工房を守る。
She was only 39, man. I guess it's kind of old for that time period, but
これで
not at all for the current day.
追われづらくなる。さらに自爆は印刷後の流通先である改革派の協力を仰ぐためにも重要。彼らは異端扱いされているが、信徒の一部
Yeah, if they're gonna kill Yolenta off in such
我
a
々のような組織とは関係を持ちたがらない。
merciless manner,
そこで組織長
then
の死が生きてくる。
Otzi and Badani probably aren't going to get any soft treatment
我
and
々は無関係
be
の新
revealed
組
to
織
still
を
be
装う
alive.
改革派に接近できるように。
But okay, I'll save this thought for when the episode ends. 'Cause
疑
it's
われ
almost
ないため
over.
には事実が一番だ。何にせよ、組織長は考えた。そして決めたんだ。たとえわずかでも自爆すること、あの本が生きる可能性が高まるなら、そちらを選ぶ。
Damn, just the tragedy of it, man. Imagine if she just waited a moment,
それを止めなかった。
she saw Nowak.
それは上官。
Like, theoretically, that could
任
have
務
led
遂行には
to
干渉は不要。流されれば判
a
断を
better
迷う。
success rate to their
我
plan.
々にとって死は
Ideally,
日常。重要なのはどこで死
the
ぬ。
important thing is where and when
彼女の決断は
dies.
その背後にいる神の決断。信念のため名誉ある死だ。
This is what we're about, Draka.
そういえば君も言っていたではない。あのコインに象徴される稼ぐという信念があるのだろう。
Or you just full of talk, kid. You don't really know what you believe in
信
yet.
念を貫く難しさに信念には対価が必要。命をかけられないなら口だけだ。
Oh, you're all talk, literally.
情と両立して進められる領域で
Where
は
we're headed, there's no room for.
おっと
So, what is the
Mina,
final
緊張するなよ。
destination going to be? Or, like, what's it going to involve? If Nowak's storyline
すれ違うぞ
is kind of. Is Nowak still going to be active? I guess he will be. It doesn't look like he was for sure that was Yolenta, so he might go through with his resolve. They didn't care about them because they're just heading straight to the fire.
ここの場所止まれ。
Oh, no. They have to care about them. This is suspicious for someone to be coming from that
全員降
direction.
りてこい。
They rode past them just to turn around and call them back. Okay, I have thoughts. So that was just wild. I'm still processing it, honestly. It happens so quickly that I felt like if they had milked it some more, I probably would be tear bound right now. But yeah. The first thing I want to say is that it's just to me quite wild, just matter of fact wise, that Nowak is going to outlive Yolenta in the story. I kind of imagined, even if the show is pretty non-conventional in the way it unfolds its drama, I still would have expected it to stay within the general assumption from us viewers that their story arc would their character arcs would end with like Noak finding out and like something would happen and Noak would be killed before Yolenta in any imaginable scenario for me at least, and that did not play out. So that's pretty crazy. And that kind of segues into another thought I had. Something I've thought about for a couple of episodes now is that we have already said that Noak is arguably the best character here with the best storyline and character arc and drama associated with him, which I think very well still might be true. And in a previous reaction, following up that kind of train of thought, I was tempted to say that in turn, Noak's character is this series slash story's best trait in its story because they've established this story structure where Noak is the kind of like the key piece, maybe not the key piece, but the piece of the puzzle that has the most connections to every other piece in the puzzle. So it's kind of like he's the most essential POV, maybe, because he obviously, if we outline it, he is the main Inquisitor in the show. I guess you could say the most focused one. Maybe he's not the top ranking, but he's the most screen time we've gotten from an Inquisitor character, so he represents that whole faction, so to speak, because in general, this story kind of boils down representation of its like organizations and entities and parties to like one or a few characters, which is what's another thing that I've said before. So Noak's kind of been the main Inquisitor. He obviously killed Rafal. Before he killed, or like he didn't kill them directly, but you know, he interrogated him and deemed him guilty. Before he did that for Rafal, I think he did that with, he obviously did it with other nameless characters, but didn't he also interrogate the father, maybe? I'm not sure, but yeah, he did Rafal in, and he fought Otzi and his mentor figure, and then he interrogated Otzi and Badeni, and then now he's back. So he's like the most flagrant recurring piece in every act of the story. So it's interesting how they did that for the bad guy, the main bad guy. Maybe he isn't like the big bad, but he's like the main bad guy in the sense that he's gotten the most screen time and he's like the best written and stuff, and he has the best dynamics with the good guys. So the fact that they were able to make the villain of the story, the main antagonist of the story, be the one who is most connected to every other character, I guess you could say, but more accurately most connected to the overall story, is actually really cool. And yeah, I would say that was the probably in retrospect, even after we finish the series, I'll probably feel the same way, that is something that the story did that was really good and maybe probably its best feat of storytelling. So yeah, I did in a previous reaction to kind of compare it to I said like his story would kind of make like a good True Detective season, because True Detective, the general premise is kind of like a whole case that a detective or pair of detectives kind of spend it's like the highlight of their career, and they're tortured about it for their good part of their lives. And yeah, so that's some of my thoughts on Noak as a character in relation to the developments of this episode. Let me just review a little bit more and see if there's anything worth commenting about. So we lost Yolenta. It's crazy. Honestly, I ended up liking Yolenta way more than I thought I would. And it's weird because I feel like a fair amount of that like towards her is like done via heavy lifting of my own, almost like headcanon interpretation. Like I'll be honest, like they didn't really flesh her out that much, but there's just something about her character. I think like even like the voice actor's voice makes me like her a lot more than I would on paper. Like just the way it nails like this kind of timid young girl. It emphasizes the fact that she had to go through so much after she had to run away from her life and her father after being tortured, losing a tooth, fighting for survival, learning to murder people, murdering countless people, founding an organization, all that stuff. Yeah, it hits harder because, like, I don't know, they were able to somehow succinctly nail the image of her before and how that's such a contrast to what she had to become. So yeah, I ended up liking Yolenta a lot more, and that's crazy that they killed her. The way the show does it too, when it kills off characters, it's like, it's not predictable enough that I can go into an episode and think that, oh yeah, this will probably happen by the end of the episode. It just happens like almost out of left field and instantaneous. Like, it's always like within an episode. Like when you first suspect that it's gonna happen and then it happens, it's all in the same episode. Like I would have guessed that, okay, if you told me Yolenta is gonna die, I'll be like, okay, I guess that'll happen near the very end. But no, it's like it's gonna happen at episode 20 in a one called "I Love Heliocentrism." The same happened pretty much with Otzi and Badeni for some reason. Even though there was obviously the foreshadowing or setup more so that they were going to get tortured by Noak and probably be executed if they were found guilty, I was still like, no, it's not going to happen this episode. And it just happened. It just happened right away. So yeah, so now we're left with none of our Act 2 main characters, except for Noak. Again, he's always there. We'll see if Noak stays in the story, because like I said while watching, I don't know if he caught a glimpse of Yolenta enough to process things and be like, okay, I'm done with this shit, or if he's still kind of, it's unsure enough to be like, okay, I'll just follow through with this resolve and maybe just be a casual witness while these new knights do most of the heavy work. I'll just hang around and be like an advisor or something. So in regard to the new main characters, I guess you could say Draka and the 3 heretics who, again, I keep saying this, but like, I kind of wish we saw more of the organization so that it felt more realistic and fleshed out. With only, I'm kind of not on board with them as like main characters that I'll actually get emotionally invested with. I mean, I kind of already like the heretics. Like I already said how I like Frey's demeanor, and then Lebonsky or whatever, his backstory that he just told within like a minute was good. It makes me like him more, but like just like the way that they only made it last like a minute, he just told it real quick. It makes me further think that yeah, they're likable characters, but they're not going to be like, you know, super dear main characters other than maybe Schmidt. But yeah, continuing on to that point, I am unsure if they'll be able to make me like them when there's only 5 episodes left, and that a good chunk of that should be resolving the whole story. So it might be too busy, it might have its plate too full to be able to do both at the same time. But at the same time, it's kind of the same feeling I had when we went to Act 2 and we got Otzi and Yolenta. I didn't like Otzi that much at the beginning. I thought he was just so-so. Yolenta was kind of just there as well, and then yeah, I ended up liking them a decent amount. So we'll see. That is all I'm gonna say. We're gonna cut the reaction here, guys, because I'm gonna jump right into the next episode. So thanks for watching this one. See you on the next one. Peace out.